Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel for the first ever Arsenal slash Yardman podcast crossover. I know you lot have been waiting for this one. I've personally been waiting for this one. I can already see the chat has got the popcorn emojis in there, has already got the fire emojis in there. This is gonna be a great show. So grab your beverages because this is gonna be minimum at least 2.5 hour show, and that's at the minimum, people. This is like how this is gonna be a feature length film. So you already know the whole gang's in the building. Unfortunately, Javon can't make it, but the whole gang is here outside of Javon. Make sure you subscribe to the Final Whistle podcast. From the Arsenal side of things, going to talk from the Arsenal podcast. Don C is in the building. TJ Warren is in the building. Make sure you subscribe to TJ Warren TV. And of course, the guy who's quickly becoming a legend in these Sarcasm City TV streets, Tony Claude Guda, is also in the building as well. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. And of course, on the Yardman podcast side of things, you know what I'm saying? Everyone saying most people's favorite lineup on here. You got Lex is in the building, Kaneki's in the building. So before I bring everyone on and the chaos kicks off from the very, very beginning, make sure I ain't gonna be able to say much. So I'm just gonna loosely ref this so it doesn't get too much out of control. This show, hit the like button on the video. So important you do that. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after, hit the like button on the video. So important. Pay the tax when you enter the city of sarcasm. Please share across all the socials as well. That's Me Flawless at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless on Twitter and Instagram. Please retweet and like from X. Make sure you share from the Instagram. And just as important, it is rolled to 15,000 subscribers. Subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well. I see you lot in the chat already, man, going absolutely ham in the chat. I see all the comments already. You lot going crazy. So, you know what? Let me bring the Yardman in first to the show. We got Lex in the building. We got Kaneki in the building. You man both good, yeah? And only quick introductions. You man
No,
good?
no, no, no. Me glad say you bring us in. Me glad you bring us in because here this are go now. Here this are go now.
Go on.
Me are gonna send some quotas before to some man because we are gonna talk, but some people who for voice me not fi hear, me no need to hear them voice. So for the man that will come in now, everything need to mute. When me say a question, if it don't follow you, stay muted. Yeah? When you stay muted, alright? So every man right here, so anybody who are reaching a right here, so everything for the pan mute. Everything for the pan mute. Me no need to hear no me no need to hear no chatting for none of them. Me no need to hear no chatting for no boy right now. No boy.
We go do it. We go. Like I said, man. I'm gonna do
Alright?
my very best. I should have wore a black and white top. If I had one, I would have wore it, man. But I don't have a black
No,
and
no,
white.
no. You don't need to wear a
I
black.
would have wore it if I
I
had
know
one.
all black. Yeah, when
Lex,
season done and all, when season done and all, and the only cup boy can you are when they cup them hands for drink water. That's when you wear black. You don't need to wear black now. The only cup them when you go when they cup them hands for drink water. Otherwise than that, we don't need you don't need to wear black right now. These are the pre-game before the main match. Because when season done, yeah, and
oh yeah,
boy
we gonna run it
hand
back.
emptier
We
than the
gonna run it back.
desert.
We gonna run it
Alright?
back at the end
No
of the
worry.
season. We gonna run it back at the end of the season as well. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
man.
no worry, but
We gonna run it back
as
at the
of
end of the
now,
season.
some boys people need to mute now. Mute.
We gonna run it back at the end of the season. Don't worry about
If
that.
what I say don't acknowledge you, stay muted. Because
Yeah,
we're
of
gonna have
course.
a little convo. We're gonna have a
Yeah.
convo first. But to join the convo, the description that I say, it need to follow you. So that's how it's gonna go. And that everybody understand the rules now. So Simon says, if your stadium has seen a trophy, has seen a
Yo,
league
we gonna get
title,
to this.
on you.
Yo. We gonna get. Don't
That is
worry,
how
man.
we're going to do it.
We gonna get Kaneki.
Okay, no, I'm
We
just
go
letting you know.
get,
That is
we
how
go
it's
get
gonna go.
start
We
with
gonna
them
get
there.
to this.
Bring them out. Bring them
Yes,
out.
we gonna get
We
to
ain't
this.
none of
Mute,
introduction, no
We gonna get to
talking,
this.
none of that.
mute.
We gonna get to
Bring
this.
them
I
out.
thought Kaneki was gonna be quick with this. And yes, Sunshine, SCCU, you already know, man. Sarcasm City Cinematic Universe, you already know. Big up Warrior J as well, man. Shouts to everyone in the chat. So without further ado, we bring in the Gunner Talk from the
Bring them out.
Arsenal lot as well, man. Don C in the building, TJ in the building as well. And of course, none other than Tony Cloggunner in the building as well. What you man saying, man? Arsenal, lot, what we saying? You lot good? What's happening? What's happening?
It's pretty rash of Kaneki to come out here and just start laying rules down like he's some sort he's some sort of WWE ref. You're not doing anything. Hey everybody, this is TJ Warren TV coming to you live from Kaneki's head. I cannot wait. I'm thinking of leasing this place out. I'm loving it here. It's great.
Mute, bro. Mute.
Yo, Don, you telling me?
Right?
Yo, big up the peoples, them. Are you lot that entertain? Make sure you got your popcorn and everything ready. That's what I'm saying. Because this is going to be fire, this show. Big up the panel, big up the chat. You know how it goes.
Well, and of course, none other, man. Last but definitely not least. Tony, what are you telling me, man?
Big ups to everybody, yeah. I mean, people, we're just at the background, for about 2 minutes with someone just laying ground rules as if it's in a military junta, in a military regime, just backing out orders. I mean, what do you think? Do you think this is for entertainment purposes? Do you think this is for entertainment purposes? I mean, tone that down, man. Tone that down. See, people, this is Tony Cloud in the house. And you know what? Yeah, because I got my own guys around me down here. TJ is with me. Don C is with me. My guys, my people, Arsenal fans, true and true. And let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Let's get to it. Big up everyone in the chat. I see you lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you lot in the chat and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get to your questions and and all this stuff. Is like, it's highly unlikely. I'm getting to any of your questions. Only I get to your questions is probably super chat. I don't go lie, and even then you'll have to wait with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not getting to anything expeditiously. I'm not. I'm really not as well. And to Braf, you said about international talk. Don't worry, man. The break's not over. Relax. You know what I'm saying? The break is not over. So you'll see next week. We got stuff coming up as well. But hey, Tony, we'll start with you, man. It makes sense to start with you because on the Arsenal show, you made some very bold claims about 3-4 weeks ago in regards to the running. It was Liverpool's next 8 games, Arsenal's next 8 games. This was in the Premier League. You had Liverpool dropping a lot of points, Arsenal gaining a lot of points. Didn't really go that way. So thoughts on those predictions, what went wrong for Arsenal, etc. And did Liverpool surprise you as well in that running?
See, people, I'm a guy of my own words. A couple of weeks ago, I said I was going to apologize when I see a Liverpool fan here that has been, running his mouth this past week, everywhere, in every media tour he goes to. And I would actually say an apology right now to him. How about that? Yeah? Lex, Liverpool fan.
No.
No, listen to me. Can you put the mute button on him?
What happened to me?
Can you put the mute button on him? Let me talk. It's my time to talk. It's my time to talk.
If you want to dismiss it afterwards, you can dismiss it afterwards. But let him actually get it off.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So I would start with my apology. And everyone in the charts, Flawless, TJ, Don C, I want to start by apologizing here to absolutely no one. You know what, Lex? These guys think that this is done for entertainment purposes. But, this is serious. What are you guys talking about? Liverpool, Liverpool got dumped out from the Champions League. No, people in the chat, help me to judge. I know you guys are Man United fans, but I also know we share the same enemy in this guy called Lex, yeah? How about that? See, people, these guys here that were given a team by their former manager, Klopp, yeah? These guys have up to 5 to 6 world-class players in that team. And you know what, You know what happened in the space of 2 weeks? They got bonded out of the FA Cup. That's what, guys, by Plymouth. Yeah? They got bonded off a cup competition. Yeah? By Plymouth. Guys, throw that all away. Maybe it means nothing. Bro, this guy's got done over in the Champions League of all places, guys. At Anfield. Guys, by PSG, The same team that Arsenal smashed up in the Champions League. Come on, guys. Make this make sense. Guys, you know what? Yeah, if you don't share that same thing with me in the charts, no problem. Throw that all away. You know what? Yeah, let's talk about the EFL Cup. Maybe that one will create some certain kind of renaissance with you. Maybe you struck a kind of connection with me when I talk about this with you, Lex. Yeah, EFL Cup got bundled out, got malhandled, got twisted in that final. I mean, Lex, I know it hurts. I could see your face. I could see your heart right now. Doesn't really look that good, right? I mean, just let that simmer. Just let that simmer. Yeah. I get you, man. I feel your pain actually. People are looking at me like the villain. I mean, I'm not more of a villain. Yeah. I'm more like Joker. And every Joker actually needs his Batman, You are my Batman. We are in this together. I feel your pain. There is no you without me right now. Think. See, Lex, you know what, yeah? You got bundled and done over by Newcastle United in the EFL Cup. And you, in your team, you have 5 to 6 world-class players in your team. Make that make sense to me. Are you coming down here to have a lap of honor done to you by Arsenal fans?
No.
Are you serious? Are you serious now? You want a lap dance or you want what do you want? You're not getting it from this Arsenal fan. You're not getting it from me, my brother, man. What are you talking about?
Question to you.
Crazy. Hey, yo.
Where were those world class? Because you weren't calling nobody world class in my team last year. You were talking about Saka better than Salah. You were talking about your centre backs are the best in the league, better than the washed up Van Dijk and the shit Konate.
Right over Gravenberch.
When you want to come talk all of this shit right now, man, now
Gravenberch wasn't good last season.
You in the background that talk about Don Hussein and Lex cannot touch Don Hussein. Well, you have to see some today. You have to see who Lex can blood clot touch today. That you are going to see. If you think you're going to get a word in today, you think you couldn't get a word in against Don Hussam? Welcome to Lex Show. This is the Lex Blood Clot Show. Notice you there on when we supposed to have our segment. We work with our time. We not work with yours.
Flawless.
You talk about this, that, what? We get knocked out in the final of Carabao Cup that you weren't fucking in.
Valid point. That's a valid point.
But you lost. What is this man chatting about? What is this man chatting about? But you lost the final. Is this guy okay? Is all the faculties in the right places? Why criticizing me for not being in the final when you didn't win the final either? You got bundled out. You got manhandled by Newcastle. What is this guy talking about?
Yeah, but you cannot touch a final. What is a final to Arsenal? What is it?
What are you talking about? You lost in the final.
Why can you talk when was the last time you won a trophy? Why your mouth opening to talk about my club when your club is double times the fucking shit?
Bro, you've only won 1 Premier League title. Are you serious? Are you okay?
What? Over the 19?
You've only won one. You've only won 1 Premier League title in about 32 seasons. What are you talking about? I have 3. What are you talking about?
I have 3.
What are you talking about?
What is league titles? It doesn't matter the name of the league title. A league title.
You want to go down to history? Yeah. La-di-dee, la-da-da, yeah. Talk about the history, no problem. But I still got 3 Premier League titles, and I still got a Gold Cup. I mean, you will never see a Gold Cup till heaven. And I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt,
Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're going to do?
So hold on, no, because here what we're going to do now. We're not going to switch from the topic, the points that you just made. You were talking about this season. You want to go to gold and this and all. No, fuck all of that shit. What we are talking about is you are talking about our world-class players that were in the team last season and never existed to you, man. Because you, man, were chatting all this shit. Oh, only City is in your way. So why you're not winning the Premier League right now?
Good question. Flows yours, Tony.
Give the excuses. Give all of the excuses.
Flows yours, Tony.
Bro, I'm in the quarterfinals. Guys, people in the chat, we are Arsenal fans, yeah? People, we are in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Lex is not in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. This guy's got bonded out in the quarterfinal against Newcastle, people.
Flawless, is this what
are you talking about?
Flawless, is this what you're going
to? What question did he ask?
Listen.
Ask him again.
You never asked about the Champions League because, first of all, you shouldn't even mention the word, the phrase Champions
League. You shouldn't even talk about the Champions League. You're out.
You have zero.
You shouldn't even talk about it. Don't mention Champions League with your mouth. Yeah? When the quarterfinals, you're not. You got beaten by PSG. And I beat PSG in the qualifying round.
Hey, you got beaten by Olympiacos. You got beaten by basic teams over the years.
Oh, now you're going to history. Now you're going to history again. History again. This season, what did you do in the Champions League?
You get it, Flawless. You see why everything performative to you? Because man, come here if you have big people conversation and you want to talk like a boy. We are talking about actual facts. Every time we bring up things that actually happened, you want to talk about, history. Oh, it's just history.
History only works with Arsenal when it comes down to Spurs. When you talk about it now, you see, if you're not outperforming them now, Arsenal fans talk about now. But you see, when they're not doing anything...
Bro, what are you talking about? Scores on this channel, bro. Why is this man bringing a club that shit? Tottenham is shit.
History is all you
Tottenham is shit. What are you talking about?
Right now. I got one in the glasses we are talking about right now.
So let me ask you. So Tony, let me ask you
this guy's high on cheap crack from Jamaica, Kingston.
Let me ask you again. Tony, let me ask you the question. Again.
Why aren't you winning the league?
What was the question?
Why isn't he winning the league?
Why you not winning the league?
I mean, people. I know that psychedelic drugs, hallucinative drugs, and other, cheap.
We ain't talking about all this.
You see,
Thank you. If you can't talk, you don't know nothing else.
You don't have a footballing argument, It's not no gone all the way to crap.
Let's talk football.
All the way to drugs and psychedelics. Why you now in the league?
Countryman.
I mean, there are cheap drugs being sold in.
Brother, mute him again. Anyways.
We're not doing no drugs.
Okay. Dancy, let's ask you the question. What are Flawless? Dancy, me ask you the question. Why aren't you winning the league this season?
What? Say it again.
Why aren't Arsenal winning the league this season?
Let Dancy talk.
Because we got...
No, let me make him talk.
Because we got Arteta at the helm. It's as simple as that. Because he makes the wrong choices all the time. Because he doesn't buy a striker when we need a striker. He buys centre backs. He buys a Moreno. He plays Havertz at number 9. Yeah, he constantly plays Odegaard without a replacement. He lets Vieira go alone. He gets rid of Reece Nelson and Smith Rowe and doesn't replace them. This is the reason why we can't. And to answer the next possible question is, we are not going to win the league until we get rid of Arteta, because we've got a good team, yeah. But because Arteta's there, I'm just there for the vibe. It's as simple as that.
Okay, thank you, TJ. Why aren't you winning the league this season?
Don Steve said it pretty well. We sent out Reece Nelson on loan when we needed a backup right winger, because apparently Wanyeri wasn't good enough to start half of the time when we were saying Wanyeri is ready to start, but he insisted on starting who was it, Trossard in Odegaard's position instead of Wanyeri when Wanyeri was going to go in there and cook. So managerial decisions, personnel decisions have been absolutely awful. I'm not going to blame injuries because every team runs into injuries.
No. You don't blame injuries. As long as I've known, I've never seen you blame injuries.
Yeah, I don't think that even if those injuries happen, I don't think it happens. I think Arteta's tactics are what really killed us this season, because we're not playing that same free-flowing offensive football that we were seeing in 22-23. I think we're too pragmatic. I don't think we take enough risks, and we are mediocre as a part of it. We didn't lose the league by losing matches. We lost the league by drawing matches. Go ahead, Lex.
You know, one thing I can credit Arteta with though is the fact that
stressing me out, taking years off of my life.
Look. You know what really happened? It's not that he just switched to being pragmatic, you know. It's that the team changed to being a pragmatic team because the strengths of majority of your players has to do with pragmatism because they don't have enough creativity to actually be expansive.
I actually agree with that. I agree with that.
I can credit Arteta with his ability to adapt to the players that he has. What I cannot credit him with, though, is whatever role he has in the recruitment of said players. That's where the problem lies. Because, bro,
I hear kind of. Not to interrupt you. I kind of hear what you're. No, I hear what you're saying. But you know who has suffered the most because of that pragmatism and the fact that you can't be creative is Martin Odegaard. Odegaard had a great season, 22-23, was Arsenal Player of the Year, far and away, was arguably the best midfielder in the Premier League when we ended up bottling it, but still he was in the season 11, I would say, back in 22-23. But this pragmatic football has taken away so much space from him, has taken away so much emphasis on the final third. You know, we're depending on set pieces to get it done. I think that's part of the reason why Odegaard is suffering.
Maybe 14 goals, 13 assists, or is that too much? Wasn't it 14, 13, like something like that?
Who did he get those goals against? 13. Who did he get those goals against though? That's the problem. Everybody brings up Dubai. Yeah, no, everybody brings up our. Go ahead, Don. Sorry, what?
No. I said a lot of those assists and goals were earlier in the season. After February, he looked.
After February died, I know. I remember that. I remember that TJ stream. Because
I mean, it's cool and okay if we. I'm sorry. Let me get a word in here, people. Yeah, I mean, Lex just talked about Arteta adapting to bro. Man has not adapted to anything. I mean, look at what you guys have scored this season. You guys have put in 69 goals into the net this season. That's what you guys have. Look at our own. We only have 53 goals this season. Yeah. What has he done in terms of adapting our attacking players in order to score goals? He hasn't really done that much. Just barely managed the season to score up to nearly 10 goals or so that he has right now. I mean, how has Trossard adapted into this team? How has Martinelli adapted into this team 2 seasons ago? He scored about 15 goals. Now this season, he's barely even made it up to 6 goals. So when you're talking about adapted, what has he adapted these players to? Good. TJ talked about Martin Odegaard. Odegaard hasn't adapted to anything all the season. I mean, there are holes in that argument when you're talking about adapting. And again, when you guys, I mean, I've talked about this, that you guys have world-class you guys have a world-class manager that's won, a trophy in the Eredivisie. No matter how you want to look at it, he's won a title. Mikel Arteta hasn't. So you're talking about a manager who's ill-experienced, who hasn't got our strikers firing at all cylinders. Lex, what are you talking about? Merino, a guy who couldn't get into my midfield, is leading the park trying to get goals for me in matches. Where is the adaptation?
You are literally saying the exact same thing I said. Listen, I understand that English may not be your first language, but let me try and break it down more simply for you.
My days.
What I just
I'm British. Hey man, I'm British, so of course it's my first language. So what are you talking about?
What I just said is that the majority of your players' strengths are more pragmatic, and that is where he had adjusted the system towards. That's why your team looks so shit. It was not a credit to Arteta in terms of just him actually adapting and making it so that you guys can score more goals. He just adjusts his play style towards the majority of your players. Yeah. And it turns out because of your poor recruitment.
And where has it gotten us to? Where has it gotten us to?
Tony, listen.
It didn't get us the Carling Cup. It didn't get us the FA Cup.
Tony.
Champions League?
With 12 points adrift from you.
Tony, Champions League?
So Tony, here's my problem with you.
That's a different ball game. Teams are actually shit in the Champions League this season.
Yes, but you come in here defending your team, meanwhile calling them shit. You have to pick a side, bro. You're either going to be delusional or logical. You cannot come in here trying to chat shit to me and then at the same time chat shit about Arsenal. It's either I am more shit than Arsenal or Arsenal is more shit than me. Like, we can't go both ways here. And I'm literally saying that he's shit. I'm just coming from it at a more respectable angle, at a more angle where we can just speak about football from a footballing perspective. I'm not saying that he's smart. I'm not saying that it's brought you anything positive. I'm just saying that he has made adjustments to you guys being shit, and it made you more shit. That's all I'm saying. So what you have just said literally is agreeing with the point that I've made.
That makes sense. But what are you saying then, Tony? Because you mentioned it earlier when Lex asked you the question about the league. I mean, about why you lot haven't won the league. You mentioned Champions League. Do Arsenal have a good chance, in your opinion, of not only getting past Real Madrid, but winning the Champions League? 2 questions in one.
I'm sorry, my phone was ringing. Yeah,
no stress,
you were trying to say something, man.
Yeah. I say that again. So when Lex asked you the question before and earlier on about why Arsenal haven't won the league, you brought up the Champions League. So do you think Arsenal have a good chance of getting past Real Madrid, number one? And number two, do you think they have a good chance of winning the Champions League overall? There's 2 questions in one.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I think I was... Can you come again, Flawless?
Yeah. Can you man hear me? Can the rest of you man hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
You can hear me now. So as I was saying, because Lex asked you earlier on about the Premier League and why Arsenal haven't won it with City falling off. You mentioned you went straight away, went to the Champions League. So do you think Arsenal have a good chance of getting past Real Madrid, number one? And number two, do you think you have a good chance of winning the Champions League overall?
I mean, that's a very, very big ask. I mean, at this point, no one can beat their chest in the Champions League right now. I mean, that's royalty, that's Real Madrid. So, I mean, anyone can laugh at that point, but it's not something I'll be down here saying that the stars would align down there in the Champions League. But again, I still do think that Real Madrid, this is the caveat there. Even if I still do think that Real Madrid is the best team ever to ever play the Champions League, I still do think that this Real Madrid team this year has holes in them, serious holes in them, lots of holes to pick from. And you know what? Yeah, they lost against Espanyol this season. They lost against Athletic Bilbao this season, home and away to Barcelona. Bro, it's a shit show. They're not really the invincibles that people think they are this season. Come to cap it all up, 2 weeks ago, these guys got knocked off. Yeah, by Real Betis with Agent Anthony from your football club also having a cameo there against Real Madrid. This is what I'm talking about. Real Madrid is the team to be. I hear that. But what I'm saying is that this season, they're nothing like an invincible team. Holes could still be plugged. In the next game coming up against Real Madrid, Tchouameni won't be playing. That's one midfielder off. One of the best midfielders for them this season is Ceballos. Ceballos was in this football club. We know how he played. Oh, crap. He's rekindled his career somehow in Real Madrid. But again, we're going to be seeing maybe a midfield of Ceballos, probably Modric, Bellingham. I mean, there are still holes in this team. Leo bit them in the qualifying rounds of the Champions League. They're not playing tackling it as a team together. They barely beat Atletico Madrid in the last game to qualify for the quarterfinals. There are clear holes in this team, and I just really hope we exploit it. And this is where the power comes in, where I'm saying that we might have a chance, a fighting chance against Real Madrid. I do think that Real Madrid are such a big team. Right now, they feel they have world-class players in that team. I think they will come out to play. I think they would want to come out to mash up Arsenal. That's what I'm banking on. And when they do come out, we do have players who just came back into the team. Bukayo Saka is back. I mean, it makes it more better for us. Martinelli is there now. So let's see what will come up. It's just a fighting chance. No one has said we're going to beat up Real Madrid. We have a fighting chance. I'm not going to be afraid of that team. Clearly in Europe, these European teams this season, I mean, there's a little bit of an European downturn. It's not really as if things have been going that good in Europe this season. Even Man City, look at what happened. I mean, we beat PSG. We went down to Sporting Lisbon, smacked them up, beat PSV. I mean, we beat the German Invincibles, Bayer Leverkusen this season. So it's not like Arsenal away from home haven't beaten bigger teams. We've actually beaten bigger teams this season in Europe. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens.
Go on, Kaneki. You go. Go on. Go. I know you want to respond to that, so floor is yours.
All right. So one, Atletico Madrid play Real Madrid day in, day out. Atletico Madrid knows how Real Madrid plays. Two, there are loopholes in Real Madrid's team and there's potholes in yours. That's two different. Yeah. You can see holes in Liverpool team. I see craters in yours. There's a big difference. Yeah. Let's not remind you how this year started when I'm watching your back line do fuck shit nothing against Xerxes and Garnacho. Let's not try and act like you did anything against Xerxes and Garnacho. And Garnacho is absolute dog water. If you're back,
we're the best defensive team in the league.
You're the best defensive league.
We're the best defensive team in the league. We've only conceded 24 goals this season in the league.
If it wasn't for a penalty, you would have never scored against us at the Emirates in the FA Cup. You're the best defensive team in the league, and I should have put 5 goals past you. What are you on?
I think it was 5 is a little excessive, but all right.
I'll go 3.
Three. I'll agree. 3. I'll agree.
Yeah, 3.
3. All right. Let's not try and do this right now. Let's not do this. We lost the Real Betis. Madrid lost the Real Betis. Real Betis was smoky.
Malika, you fix that.
Let's not do this. Let's not act like you haven't been beaten by even lesser opposition than Real Betis. You think West Ham can beat Real Betis, but West Ham packed you. You think West Ham can do anything against Real Madrid? Everything is loophole. Let me bring up something for you. You spent $100 million on the most overhyped centre back I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a $40 million.
Such a dead argument.
Ever.
Sorry.
I've never seen a $40 million.
What do you mean it's a dead argument?
You spent $100 million on him.
No.
I want them to answer this. I want them to answer this. You spent $100 million.
Don't worry, I will. Don't worry.
Okay, who's your best defensive midfielder?
Go ahead, TJ. Go ahead.
No. I want to answer this. Who's your best defensive midfielder? Him or Thomas Partey?
You would. Declan Rice is our best CDM by far. By far, you would kill. You would literally commit murder to have somebody like Declan Rice in your team. Not you, Lex. Not you, Lex. I'm talking about this guy's dead club and that guy's dead.
He has Harry Maguire.
I already have Harry Maguire. I don't need another one. I don't need another Harry Maguire.
Have
you have Harry Maguire?
You guys don't watch Arsenal. Literally, Declan Rice has been our most consistent.
I've watched Arsenal.
Okay, so if you watch Arsenal, then you would know Declan Rice has been our most consistent midfielder for the last 2 seasons.
Consistent at what, TJ Warren?
No, that's the thing. He's the most consistent midfielder. They play better with Thomas Partey.
We're talking about better. The only reason Thomas Partey has issues with consistency is because he's always injured. But he's a better DM than Rice.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Declan Rice has hardly ever played at DM. So how do you know that? He's our box to box, and I don't like that.
Because TJ, I watch the sport.
So do I. So if you watch the sport, then you would know that Declan Rice is a stay-at-home 6. He's being played out of position, and he is playing well out of position. I don't get the I honestly don't get the slander. Does he have bad games? Yes, every footballer does. But in terms of people that you can go after at Arsenal, you go after Declan Rice when Raheem Sterling exists, when Odegaard exists. Like,
do you
come on,
acknowledge
bro.
Can I ask a question? Do you acknowledge me? Because I'm gonna be real. I don't. You don't have any attackers on your bench. Bar Ethan White. You realize when we talked the first time?
I'm not disagreeing with that. We're not talking about attackers. We're talking about midfielders.
Okay.
You brought up
because you brought up somebody that no one here acknowledges.
You brought up Declan Rice, and you were gonna slander him.
Understand the main issue here with Declan Rice. Hold on.
The guy who has Casemiro as a CDM is slandering me. Okay,
Casemiro's
guys, allow TJ get his point across. Allow TJ get his point. No, Lex, that's not what we're doing it. Allow TJ get his points across.
Hey, brother.
Allow TJ talk.
Hey, brother.
They're fine.
Allow TJ talk.
They're fine, Tony.
Allow TJ talk.
Two big people are having a conversation. Tone down, big man. Tone down.
Go on, TJ. Carry on.
No, but we were having a back and forth. And it was my turn in the back and forth. What's wrong with this guy,
Go ahead, Lex.
No, TJ was talking and you cut in. You cut in when he was about to get his point across.
Tony, don't worry. Tony, I'm used to this. This is not my first rodeo.
When TJ was speaking a while ago, it was also a cut in when Kaneki was making a point. We're just talking as men here. It's not, bro. This is not a female show where you have to follow the rules and it's your turn and it's my turn. It's not a fucking HR department.
Tony, I love you, bro, but I'm good.
You talk, me talk, you talk. We just talk, bro. It not have to be. It's my turn. It's my turn. What the fuck is this?
Look, TJ make a point, so I stopped. TJ was making a point, so I stopped.
Yeah, because you have to interject. Look. This is how conversations happen with men. At a point that TJ is making a very valid point, right? At a point that TJ is making a valid point, Kineki will interject to address that point, and then TJ continues. And then another interjection to actually just build on points, and we just build and grow and understand each other's perspective, bro. You don't have to interject and shout us down like you're some big boss in here, blood. Like nobody can big boss me. I don't care who you are, blood.
Bro, I don't care who you are too. I didn't say anything as a big boss. I don't care who you are.
Tony.
I don't care who you are, brother. TJ was about to make a point and you shouted him down, but I didn't like it.
I had made the point, Tony. It's cool.
TJ get to his
point. Lex was next.
It was Lex about to make a point, but TJ, to your point, what I'm talking about now is this. He's had performances this season where if it wasn't for a corner, he would be horrible. So when you're saying consistent,
are corners still part of the game?
No, it is. But here's what I'm trying to argue with you with this. I don't let Bruno Fernandez's stat pad or set pieces cloud if he's had a bad game. That is what I'm asking. That is what this point I'm trying to ask you now. Is it consistency in even if he doesn't contribute goal-wise, he's had a good game? Or are you adding the fact that he played bad, he did a good corner, Gabriel scored, we won 1-0, so all is forgiven.
You don't need GA to be a good footballer.
I want to know how you look at Declan Rice. That is what I'm asking.
Consistency, ball responsibility, not being and he is guilty of the hospital pass from time to time. I get that. That
is what I'm trying to ask.
But he is not a detriment to the squad. People are calling the way that you were talking about him. You were saying that he was $100 million flop. He's not. That is categorically incorrect. That is categorically
I never called him a flop. I just called him not 100 million.
A lot of people would say that, but you have to pay the English tax. That's the way it was.
I understand
we literally bought West
flop.
Ham's legend, and people are like, "Oh, he's not worth 100 million." Well, we weren't going to get it across the line either way. Man City were willing to go up to 90, 100 million. What does that matter? You got the player. Just say they are. It was. Am I wrong?
But in his final year as well. But he's not. Look, when it comes down to him, when I look at it, and it's like you're like when you put somebody in a category of that, One, you're literally your best DM is literally Thomas Partey. Like, I'm not even making any joke. When fully fit, everyone
That's
playing.
the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to
TJ,
interrupt you, by the way.
No,
I'm not trying to interrupt you.
TJ, on the contrary, I do agree with him. On the contrary, I do agree with him. I really do think that Thomas
That's
Partey.
$100 million.
No, sincerely, I agree with him. I do think that Thomas, and I've always been saying it on my channel, Thomas Partey is a better defensive midfielder than Declan Rice. I do agree with that fact. And again, there hasn't been a lot of instances where Mikel Arteta has actually employed him in that defensive midfield slot per se. I really do think that Declan Rice is more of a box-to-box kind of midfielder. I think that's where his strength lies. He can also play in that double pivot role. But again, see, whether you want, no matter how you want to look at it, he has the skill sets to do whatever he wants in the middle of that park. You can put him in that 6. You can put him in that 8. I think it's an 8. I think he bumps forward. I think he gives us a whole lot more in the attacking turn. I think he takes corner kicks.
I disagree.
So, Tony, you think, Tony, let me ask you.
I totally disagree. He has given some certain assists this season. Don't forget that.
The way that
even in recent times,
the final third, it makes me
it makes me feel
awkward.
Then. Do you think Declan Rice's best position is the 8 and not the 6? Do you think he's a better 8 than he is the 6?
I think it depends on the styles of the teams we're playing. Because, I mean, in the Premiership, they adapt so easily to certain ways that Arsenal play. So sometimes you just have to give him that lease of life to just...
Tony, let me ask a question. Tony,
let me finish, Don T. Can I finish? Can I finish, Don T?
Quick question.
Yeah. Apologies, my
cat. Left tomorrow,
if Partey
left tomorrow, would you want Rice in the 6?
Who? Rash.
Partey left tomorrow. Would you want Rice in the 6?
Yeah, of course. I've not said that he's not a good defensive midfielder. I've said he hasn't had the chances because of our manager to play in that role. So we don't have the stats to actually back that up and say he's actually our best CDM. So that's why I'm saying I think the...
Do we just lose?
Yo, Tony, your mic's gone.
Your mic's gone, bro.
Your mic went. You're back now.
It's not bad.
No, he's still gone.
He's proven. But this manager has actually employed Thomas Partey even more in that right back position this season sometimes. I mean, again, you have to look at the kind of manager we have. It's kind of psychology and how he plays his players. You know, we don't have enough stuff.
Yo, Tony, your mic's going in and out. Your mic's cutting in and out. Tony, your mic. Tony, your mic's cutting in and out. Jump out and jump back in.
So we don't know if it's in his wheelhouse.
Your
we don't
mic's
know.
Cutting in and out. Your mic, we didn't catch that. Your mic's cutting in and out. We didn't catch that. Jump out and jump back in. It should clear it up. Jump out.
Yeah, but can you hear me? It's because I was having a call.
Right.
Oh, is it? Yeah, we didn't catch that because your mic was cutting in and out. That's why.
Yeah, I think he was getting a phone call. That's why.
I'm sorry, I was getting a phone call. But the thing there is that because we have a bozo manager, it's because we have a bozo manager who doesn't know how to, employ the players or even know their skill set in this team. I mean, we've seen our best midfielder. Me and TJ, I've always said this, that Thomas Partey is our best midfielder this season, whether we like it or not. And Mikel Arteta has actually employed him in the right back position. That's our best midfielder this season, and he's used him in right back. So whenever he decides to bring him back to the middle, then Declan Rice has to, there's this stop, repeat. We don't have any cohesion in the middle of the park. How do they play together? So I don't really think they've really played together even this season to be able to come up with those numbers and say, hey, Declan Rice is our best defensive midfielder. I can only go by what we've had for a longer time with numbers and who has done better numbers. And I think Thomas Partey has done better numbers. He's comfortable in that number 6 position. I think that Declan Rice has it, a skill set to actually go box to box. He can do it. I've seen Declan Rice many times going backwards, helping in defense. Naturally, he's a centre back. He's a natural centre back. He could help out in those areas. He comes back in the CDM era. He helps out. He goes box to box. He helps out. So I mean, it depends on how you want to see it, man.
Yeah. So can I just make this point, and then I want to throw it back over to Kaneki. Is there an echo?
Yeah, there is an echo.
Is it me? Hold on.
It might be.
Yeah.
Hold on. It might be. Sorry about that. So no. Here's the. I'm still hearing it.
Yeah.
It should be gone now.
Okay. Cool.
Go on.
All right. No big deal.
Yeah, it's gone
All
now.
right. Yeah. So my point is that we are now settling for Declan Rice in the 8. That is my problem. That is a very big problem in my opinion, because Thomas Partey is not going to stay with this club. He's not. So if we are going to continue to sell Declan Rice as an 8, which I don't think he is can we agree that he's not a natural 8? Can we agree on that? Because that's the basis of that's the basis of the argument. Okay.
So
he's so awkward going forward. It doesn't matter whether it's for Arsenal or for England or for Ireland or for West Ham. It doesn't matter. He does not look comfortable on the ball going forward. He just doesn't. That's why in the 6 he looks so much better. And I think we could get a line breaking 8 that could actually do something a little bit more effectively than Declan Rice. Because I don't think Declan Rice is going to be that 8 that gets us over the line in the league. I don't. I respect him as a 6.
Yeah, it's all right. No, it's all right. No. All right.
Yeah,
Here's the thing, TJ. The reason he does not play Declan Rice in the 6 is the reason why we continue to say he's not worth 100 mil or not even close to that, and the reason we criticize him in a certain aspect. It is not because of it's not because of the defensive duties. It's the on-the-ball duties. Because whenever you play from out the back, you need your 6 to be competent on the ball from a technical perspective, and Declan Rice is not that. He's a great ball winner, so you'd want him in there to actually be the muscle guy and win the ball back and so on and so forth. But the problem is when it comes to that is why he'll play Jorginho in the 6 and still keep him in the 8. Why? It's because Jorginho has the ability to retain the ball and pick certain passes and progress the ball in a more competent manner in comparison to Rice. And that's because of how he wants to play on the ball. That is why he doesn't use him there. And he utilizes his engine to do that box-to-box type thing. And that's when you also have a problem, because now you realize that you spent 100 million on a guy that Arteta doesn't necessarily know how to use in his particular system. Because the reason he's playing Declan Rice in the 8 is because he does not want him in the 6 for the reason I explained earlier. But he wants to utilize the engine. But the thing about it is him going forward isn't the best as well. So then you run into a predicament where you spent 100 million on a footballer that isn't as good at football to be spending 100 mil on him. You get what you understand what we're saying?
No, I 100% understand what you're saying. Go ahead, Kaneki, and then I'll respond.
It's not a slander in me calling. I've never called him a flop. As much as I've laughed at him, you've never heard me call him a flop. The thing with Declan Rice is this, because I'm comparing him to how with the Frenchman we had. Declan Rice, when you look at it at this as a $100 million signing, Thomas Partey makes Declan Rice play better. Jorginho makes Declan Rice play better. Who does Declan Rice make play better? Because this has been a question even on your on your stream before, TJ, where when you look at Declan Rice when he has to be the one to make everyone else up their performance, and he's failed at that. The West Ham game where literally he was literally him v Suchek.
Did you watch him against PSV in the first leg?
Yes, I watched him against PSV, but I'm saying he has moments like that. But what I'm looking at it now is like this. Under pressure, I'm not going to argue with that. Under pressure, bro, I'm the worst midfielder you have in your team. And I'm basing it on how he played against us. I'm basing Declan Rice on how I saw him play against us. He scored. I'm not going to rob him of that. He did score. But that
was the only good thing he did against you. I agree.
Yeah, but after literally that, bro, Ugarte can't play football to save his mom's life. Ugarte cannot play football to save his
That's
mom
harsh.
life, bro. But some point in that game, he looked better than Declan Rice. That should never happen, even for 5 minutes. That should never have happened, even for 5 minutes. I don't want Ugarte to look better than Declan Rice for 5 minutes. That's never supposed to happen in front of me, bro. There were
They're
points where
different.
Declan Rice
They're
literally couldn't pass it.
yeah. They're different. They're different profiles of player, and I would
It's
argue that
different, bro.
I would argue Ugarte has been better under Amarim, but
No, because he's used him before.
Mm.
Because what you point out with Declan Rice is this as a player. Declan Rice going forward, he can't do anything in attack. As the late run in the late run in the box that he's been doing and scoring from, yes. But for him to be like passing wise, no.
passing wise, no. But I mean, if you watched him in the last couple of matches, he has broken the lines well. He spun a couple of players in PSV. He was getting in deep, pause, and getting balls across for people and squaring balls to the middle. Just saying.
Oh my God! Hey yo, TJ. Hey yo, if it was me, bro.
There was no avoiding it in order to get my point across. Hey yo, yeah, that's on me. That's fine. Go ahead and clip that. Prime. I'll see it in the chat in the morning. But no,
it's just how it's just whiskey, bro. Like I'm looking at it and I'm like
I just think scapegoating this guy when Martin Odegaard exists.
No, we're
is
not
a problem.
I mean, we're a little bit unfair.
There's plenty of people in the Arsenal fan base that have the exact same opinion as you, and I think why I get so defensive about it is because Declan Rice is the least of our problems.
Yeah, that's true.
The least of our problems.
Exactly, completely agree. And also, I also think. Yeah, and also because you also said, my brother, down there, yeah, you also said that other players make Declan Rice better. It's on the contrary. I do think that Declan Rice makes some other players in this team even more better. I mean, you made mention of Jorginho. Jorginho is a washed-up, tired midfielder. He only knows how to keep possession of the ball, but he's not fast. I mean, he's not the youngest in the park again. You know that. Again, we also have to look into how many players, how many midfielders around Declan Rice actually are big-time players that actually help him play. You also have to put that into a cognition. I mean, we have a washed-up Odegaard who can't even create. We used to use, at the start of the season, we were using a Kai Havertz in left centre mid. I mean, how does that progress your play? How does that help you? I mean, if you want to get that optimal levels in terms of performance from Declan Rice, you have to have midfielders that also are willing to perform at the optimal level around him. And the truth of the matter is that we don't have midfielders that are performing right now, as it seems, even in the start of the season, because Arsenal never even kicked up gear this season, if you check it. We never even kicked up a gear, even till date. We're just strolling through the season. So now, we don't even have midfielders that are even in and around Declan Rice to actually even support him in that fight. So even Thomas Partey, you're even talking about, he started most starting right back this season. He hasn't even really had that time to have that chemistry with Thomas Partey this season going forward. So how do we want the best when at the start of the season we're seeing in left centre mid Kai Havertz? I mean, the 65 million pound flop, yeah, down that left centre mid, and then you have Thomas Partey in right back position. That's the guy to actually bring the best out of it. The same way I'm talking about Lex, I being the Joker, him being Batman. He needs his own Batman down there trying to help him out. But no, Mikel Arteta puts him down there in right back position. Yeah, I was able to get Lex to laugh. Yeah, that's it. We're all brothers, man. You know. Thomas Partey is down there in right back position. There's no one to help him out. No one.
The manager not knowing how to use him.
Listen the point.
Odegaard is useless.
The main point here, no, Odegaard is useless because Odegaard is actually your 8. his movement, how he plays, he's a flipping 8. He's not
a right
10.
sided 8. Correct. Yep.
Well,
he's a right-sided 8. I don't see him in the middle. I don't see him taking shots outside the box. I like my number 10 traditionally to be outside the box, in the left, in the right, taking shots, to be mobile, to be around. He's nowhere near that.
Yeah,
How do you want Declan Rice to perform optimally when he has bozos and rodents all around him?
Because Tony, we in football we have a criteria as to what we view as the best, and if you are the best, you don't need other players to look good for you to look good. You make everyone around you good, and the fact that Declan Rice cannot do
that's relative, innit? That's relative. That's a technical statement, innit?
All right, let me tell you the most ideal role for Declan Rice. It would be similar to the role that Casemiro played at Real Madrid with Kroos and Modric. That's the best role for Declan Rice. Win the ball back, pass it to Kroos. Win the ball back, pass it to Modric. You don't have a Modric or a Kroos. You don't.
I agree with that.
You understand?
Because put it like this, it's like how with your midfield before. One of the most competent midfields I've seen you man had at one point. Lucas Torreira, Xhaka, and Mesut Ozil.
Hey, bro.
Was it good? No. My favorite midfield from you was Santi Cazorla, Granit Xhaka, and Mesut Ozil. That's my favorite midfield for that you guys have ever had. You wonder what that midfield had? Xhaka. Xhaka, who's fantastic at the ball, was just told, win the ball, give it to Santi. Santi's better on the ball. Yep. Win the ball.
Even then, Kineki, Xhaka was also a line breaker.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You man, the only line breaker you have is playing in a 10 role that he just doesn't understand certain movements when it comes on to that role. So that's why, yes, he look shit. Yes, he doesn't have a lot of assists. He won't score goals because he's just not programmed like that. He's literally programmed to sit beside or in a midfield 3, or quite possibly in a 2, but I'd put him in a 3 because of his physical 3 because of his physical deficiencies. You need 2 physical players, but because you don't have 2, you need 3. So where Arteta was playing Havertz, that's where Odegaard should be. And then you should have an actual creative 10 who wants to also get forward and score goals. You get me? So here's the main issue with Arsenal right now. And people think that... Sorry.
You said... Wait. Sorry. You said Odegaard should play in where Kai Havertz was. Are you talking of left centre mid?
Left centre mid, yes.
Left centre mid. Odegaard never operates through the left. He never operates through the left. He's always that's why we say he's a right-sided guy. He's never on the left.
I agree.
How would he have played in where Kai Havertz was in left centre mid? He never operates from there.
No. What we're saying is playing in a 3. What we're saying in a 3. How you have left centre mid, right centre mid, and the 6.
It doesn't matter whether he always operates on the right. He's nowhere mobile enough to operate from the left.
That's what we're saying. Just keep him as an 8.
If there's an issue with mobility on the right, then there will be an issue with mobility on the left. I don't get the point, because what I'm saying is the reason he would fit in that mold is because of how he would more facilitate the team, and because that's where you have your main. That's where you have your main deficiency, and that's the 8 position, and he's the 8. You get me? That's why I put him there, because you need a left-footed 8. Now, you could also try to put Zinchenko there, but the minute Xhaka left, you haven't replaced that position, and everyone on that side has suffered since. You get me? So here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
The reason I am comfort, like for instance, if you man were actually threatening, and if you man were actually like you had a good manager and you were this great club or whatever, I wouldn't come on here and talk shit the way I do about Arsenal. I am very comfortable talking shit about Arsenal. I'm very comfortable making some crazy predictions where it comes down to Arsenal, because they're actually not even crazy. Why? It's because I look at the team and I dissect it from a managerial perspective all the way to flipping the players on the pitch and the and the recruitment, and I realized like you man just aren't serious. Like you don't, like for us, we not serious, but we at least want to win something. Like we're this one trophy a season team. You get me? It's like, you can win the quad, or we might get 2 trophies. Oh, you can win 3 trophies, or we might get 1. But at least every now
Oh
and
my God, we're not doing. No, we're not doing. We're not doing. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Couple of weeks ago, you guys and your fan base was talking about a treble. No, we're not doing that. Then now you're not saying you're not a one trophy. Come on, bro. Don't do that. 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 Your fans were saying you're gonna win a treble this season. Don't do that, man. Relax. Don't do that.
Please listen.
We're not doing this.
Listen and understand the words that I speak. I just said we will come into a season and say, "Oh, we're gonna win the quad." That's what I said, and then we'll only walk away with like 2 trophies. That's literally what I said. So then you getting upset?
No, you said 1. You said 1. You said 1 trophy.
I said 4 and 2, 3 and 1. That's literally what I just said. And then you're getting upset about what I said, as if to say I'm not saying the exact thing that you're saying. It's literally
no. What I'm saying is that your fan base have been saying that you guys are going to win a treble this season. I'm not talking of you in particular, though. I'm not talking of you in particular, though. I'm talking about your fan base. I've been saying that you guys are going to win a treble. And right now, you guys are softening it to just a 1 trophy. Come on, man. You guys are the world-class players this season. You guys were the chosen ones. You were the kings to get down a double this season. You've underperformed this season. You have to accept that.
If I said we
underperformed, we won the league.
Well, hold on, PJ. We haven't won it yet. If I said,
come on, Lex, don't do that.
No, if I said, oh
my God,
whenever we go into a season, we say, oh, we can win the quadruple, but then we'll only walk away with 2 trophies. It's me saying that our fan base celebrate that we're going to win 4 trophies, but we'll only end up with 2. What I'm saying is literally what you just said, Tony.
Yeah, and that's why I said it's not you. I'm saying about you. I'm talking about your fan base. Yeah, Donald Sam was talking about a quadruple this season. Yes, other guys were talking about a treble this season. So I'm not saying it's on you. I'm saying it's on other Liverpool fans. Because I'm saying other Liverpool fans said they were going to win a treble this season. So if we're watering it down to just 1 title, then who's the fool here?
Understand. If as you said, we have world-class players in our team, it's because we trust those players while we make those claims. They're not baseless. But when you come in here and talk shit and you have a discombobulated team with an inexperienced manager, which you admit, and then you want to talk shit to me, it creates a disruption. Because the reason I can come in and celebrate like we can possibly win a quadruple or a treble, it's because we actually have a basis or a foundation to be able to do it. Now, if we underachieve and
no, it's because you have world-class players. It's because you have a forward who's going to give you 30 goals this season. I'm talking of Salah. Arsenal doesn't have that. We don't have that in the bag. You have world-class players that are going to win you the league. That's it. Let's call it spade a spade. You're going up against an Arsenal who doesn't have a striker. Merino is the one leading us up top. You have all the ingredients to win a treble this season, but your club has actually failed in doing that. But again, if you win that trophy, good and okay. But even you, deep down in your mind, you know you could do more because you know you have world-class players. I'm sorry, Arsenal only have about probably 1 world-class player right now.
And guess what? I know your club cannot do more. And that's the point. The point is, you're saying that, yes, we could do more. Okay, yes, we could. But I'll be real with you. Us last season or even 2 seasons before, no one is saying that we're going to win the league. No one is having the idea, oh, we have world-class players. Everyone is saying these men are robbed. Everyone thinks they're finished. Everyone's saying, oh, Klopp finished their legs. Most Liverpool fans were saying that. Now that we got Slot, we got a different play style. It's less taxing on the bodies of the players. We come into a season, we'll actually start performing good and everyone starts underperforming. Then we look at it and we're like, oh, We can win this. And then we look at how our team played. We only lost one game in the league all season. We finished on top of the group stage in the Champions League. Then those claims then become, they have base, they have a foundation, because we now look like the best team in the world. You man are scrapping for second place and bottling it, and then getting on streams and chatting to me. Like when we talked about winning a quadruple, bro, we lost the last 2 trophies on the final days. We lost the league on the final day, and we lost the Champions League final, and we got the other 2 cups. It is not baseless. Yes, we talked, but it has basis. You man talk, but there's no fucking base. And then you want to say, oh, you know this. Yes, I know all of it. I don't need to be told. But then I will not be told by Arsenal fans. I will not be told by Arsenal fans, blood. Because you're not in the conversation to be telling anyone anything. Especially at this point, you man should be arguing with flipping Spurs.
I disagree with that, but that's fine.
Okay.
No,
he has a chance to say all these things, no problem, man. But if you win that trophy this season, don't over celebrate. Come on, man. Against a team that has no striker.
Is this man mad? Is this man mad? I shouldn't celebrate winning 20.
Don't over celebrate, bro. You're meant to win the trophy either way.
Lex, you just said you hadn't won it yet, so you are gonna win it. Just making sure.
Oh my God! TJ.
Tony said, if you win that trophy this season,
it's not an if, it's a win.
He said if.
You lot won.
You also said it. You also said it.
I'm responding to
Lex.
Huh?
Lex. Let's reason.
Cutting the line.
Yeah? You lot have won the title. You lot won the title come December. Yeah?
Correct.
We all know this. Yeah. Like you.
No, but
you know.
Listen. According to TJ, you cannot win the title in December.
I never said that. What are you talking about?
Not TJ, Tony. You man have the T thing is kind of messing up.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He says TJ, he says Tony. It's all over the place. Right? Your arguments are all over the place. Now you call Tony. Now you call TJ. Who is this?
I want to ask Alexa a question because you have one
mixed up all the time. Sorry, go on, TJ.
Because you have won the league. Congratulations, you won the league. Well deserved. Slot came in, managed the shit out of this team. I went and saw you guys play in the preseason in Philly, and I knew Slot was going to be a problem. He was incredible managerial performance this season. But how are you feeling about next season and the season after that and the season after that when you're going to lose key players like Salah, VVD? You're going to lose Trent Alexander-Arnold. You're going to lose these key players, and FSG have a history of not replacing those players in a great fashion. Do you think Slot will be able to adjust to that? Because I hear a lot of Liverpool fans saying, okay, well, we're going to win the league this season, but if we lose these key players, then we don't have a prayer next season.
I mean, like those key players weren't key players until they became key players, didn't it? So that is to say, for instance, let's say hypothetical, because it's a whole hypothetical situation. We don't know if or when we're going to lose these guys, innit? But let's say we lose them. No, the onus is just on the board, innit? For instance.
Do you believe in the board to do it? To do the right thing? Do you believe in FSG to do the right thing?
I don't have exclusive belief in them. I don't think they're just going to go out and splash big cash to just try and find big players and do all of this thing. But I know what they're going to do. They're going to go out and try and find players that suit them. You get me? So for instance, if they look at this current situation, we have the ability to spend a certain amount of money. Bro, we're never going to do a war chest, but what is going to happen is extensive research, and this extensive research is going to produce players to fill certain positions. They may not be able to fill it as adequately as Mo Salah and Van Dijk and Trent, but let's just hope that they are competent enough to actually bring us forward and spread the quality throughout the team instead of just relying on one player, because you can clearly see what has happened when you just depend on one player. So for instance, this season, yes, we had the possibility to win so many trophies. What happened? We never won them. Why? Because we're only depending mainly on Mo Salah. No, the issue with just depending on Mo Salah, yes, he's great, but he's still one person. What happened when we had Firmino and Mane of similar ilk? Of title winning percent because the thing a lot of people tend to forget is that Mo Salah will always put up numbers, but he has times where he goes dormant, and that is when Mane would step up. That is when Firmino would step up. You get me? There are games that we should have lost, and there are a lot of times, especially with our style of play, I've seen games that we look at and we say, damn. Like for instance, yes, blame Nunes all you want. But there's games that Mo Salah couldn't win us, and Nunes came on and won us. You get me? And that's not to say that Nunes is good. No, Nunes is shit. But he's another person.
It's pure. It's fact. It's fact.
He's another person that can provide a goal every 15 games, and it just so happens that goal comes when we need it.
Yeah. It's true.
But again, Lex, isn't it down to your manager, to actually improve Nunes as a player? I mean, even if you guys win this Premiership title, Lex, get where I'm getting to, Even if you guys even win this title, it's a good thing, no problem. But again, I still feel there will be more unanswered questions rather than dedicated wins for this year manager next season. It would also answer a lot of questions. I mean, in my own football club, I criticized my manager for actually being bundled out of cup competitions, domestic cup competitions, anyhow. Right, your manager has shown that he could actually bottle domestic cup games. I mean, it was bundled out by Plamo, and again, it wasn't. I mean, he had the luxury of bringing in a second string team. Why didn't you bring in? I mean, your first 11 to do the hitman job and then rest them? I mean, these are technical issues that they will have to deal with next season. So, all I'm just saying is that the Premiership title might just be papering over the cracks. And again, you still have to talk about Salah leaving the football club this summer for big money in Saudi Arabia. You still don't have an answer for Nunes. Who's going to pick him? Is he going to stay at the football club? This manager decided to go bring in a Chiesa who can't even give you 10 goals in a season and is the front man for your football club. So there's many holes in your football club rather than answers. Even if you win the Premiership title next season, there will be lots of questions for him to answer, mostly in the domestic cup games and how he went out of the Champions League in a very acrimonious way. You have 5 to 6 world-class players. I can only count 2 world-class players, Bakola and Hakimi in PSG. And they bundled you guys over at Anfield. Now, whether you like it or not, I really do think that team, that Liverpool team, can do more. Do you think they can do more? Then why didn't he win any of these domestic cup games? I criticize my own manager. This is not about Arsenal. This is about Liverpool. When you have that kind of team, you have to be winning a double. I'm sorry. You have to be winning a double in this league. Not when Man City is where they are. You have to be winning. You have to be winning a domestic double this season. Let's throw the cap away. You know that.
You know what's funny, Tony? Is that the only reason you are now saying this is because of the same manager. Why? Because Jurgen Klopp was here. When was the last time we won a major trophy? When was the last time we won a major trophy? Jurgen Klopp was here.
You guys?
Exact same players.
Okay.
You said, when was the last time Liverpool won?
Yeah, that was 2020. That 2020 when you won the league and for the Champions League too. Sorry.
I know it's 2025. Correct. So here's the thing about it is where we can say, oh, this manager should have done better. Yes, Klopp should have done better in the last 4 years. What was he doing? This world-class manager. What was he doing with this squad? Because this manager came in and won a Premier League title with this squad. What was Klopp doing?
Fair point.
So we can criticize and say, oh, there's loopholes and there's questions to be asked. This motherfucker came in and answered a whole bunch of fucking questions. A whole bunch of questions. Oh, Van Dijk is done. Oh, yeah? Salah is done. Oh, yeah?
Are you going to do it again next season?
Huh? It just, bro.
That's it. I've seen the Man United team that's won the Carabao Cup, that's won the FA Cup in 2 consecutive seasons, and right now they're battling against relegation side to stay up. So I mean, all these things, it could still be papering over the cracks. Salah might leave. Chiesa, big question. Nunes.
Well. Hold on.
Yeah. So all right. So we have a lot of questions where Liverpool is concerned.
Let it go.
Flawless, don't be pissed, man. I just need to get across something. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry I mentioned Man United. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to throw that stray at you. I'm sorry about that, bro.
It seemed deliberate. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
So watch this. I cannot say I have the utmost confidence that we will be in a situation where we're this good next season. But what I can do is I can look at where we were in the past and what we did to fix the issues, and the fact that those guys are here still to actually help us fix the issues. So for instance, Edwards is now in the team at a bigger role. And a lot of people might say, oh, whatever conversations him and Slot have, these man will find the players to replace whoever leaves. And whether that replacement is good enough is yet to be seen. What I know is these guys, for instance, we might lose out on the 100 mil Chiesa, but we'll still go spend 35 on a Gravenberch or find a McAllister, a 35 on McAllister. You get me? Or yeah, I wouldn't even mention Soboslai, but you understand? We'll still go out and get players to cut prices that are actually better than some 100 million players, isn't it? So irrespective of how, like for instance, if Van Dijk leaves, if Salah leaves, if Trent leaves, if they leave, then we'll just have to work around it. It's like me saying, oh, what happens if your wife leaves tomorrow? Are you going to be the same? No.
Strip club.
Then I have to go through a repair period. So if it is that we're going to enter a repair period, fine. But guess what? I know that I have a manager that the only questions you can have about him currently is the fact that he made it to the point of winning multiple trophies and only got one major one. And I love Klopp and we love Klopp. And we can't necessarily say, oh, how many managers come into the Premier League and win the league in the first season?
Very few.
Yeah.
How many managers in this current footballing era actually goes into games with game plans? The game plan.
But again, that's wicked to say. That's wicked to say. How many managers walked into 5 to 6 world-class players in their team to fight for that title and win it in the first season? So I mean, you can go about saying all these things, man. But how many managers have to clear the dust from their teams and bring in winners to their team to be able to get something going on? Your manager didn't need to get any dust out. He just needed to sit down. I mean, Klopp has done the job for him. Gravenberch was there. Shazwalai was there. He walks into any team in the Premier League this season. Name a team that Shazwalai doesn't walk into the season. Name a side that Salah doesn't walk into the season. Bro, this is distasteful to agree to, man. How can you put shit on what other managers have done when you had 5 to 6 world-class players in your team? You are the guy. You made a milli.
You are saying
you made a milli. You are the guy.
This guy is saying Klopp did something for Slot that Klopp couldn't do for himself. Where they do that at? Where do they do that at? Klopp left him.
You've totally forgotten that last season Liverpool had a high number of injuries last season. You've totally forgotten about that. There were some measures through which Klopp was really fighting under the radar to actually get across. He actually tried with that team. There was lots of injuries to that Liverpool team. This season, you don't have much injuries, and you've made good use of it. So, I mean, let's don't overhype it. What is not.
The reason we don't have as many injuries is because of the manager we have now. It is because of our change in play style. It is because of the good team management that our manager does. It is him why we actually have those world class, so-called world class that weren't world class for the past couple of years, and we're falling off a cliff. It is the reason. So when people want to say, "Oh, blame injuries," the reason Saka pulled his hamstring is Arteta's fault. The reason Havertz pulled his hamstring is Arteta's fault. The reason Martinelli pulled his hamstring is Arteta's fault. The reason Ben White started this season shit is because Arteta never allowed him to go get a surgery that he needed. And he was playing with an injury, and then he got forced to take it when it got too bad. Don't misunderstand the word manager. Their job is to manage the happenings of the football club. They are handed a job to do with the entire club. You cannot say that, "Oh, Slot was handed this world class and he just sat back and we just won the league." No, it's the decisions that he has made that put us in a spot to actually win trophies. So you want to say that these players are world class? Yes, but they weren't as world class seasons before. What changed? The manager.
Valid point.
Facts.
So as much as there are questions to be asked, it's like this. Yes, there are questions to be. I can go there and go question my wife about a bunch of shit that maybe she doesn't do well or this or that, but she does most of the shit well. Why am I going to go to her and pester her about like 2 things and she do 50 things well, but she don't do 2 things right? Why the hell am I going to go out there and then be like, "You know, those 2 things they never do"? What she just go and find the next man?
Yeah, that's true.
Because man just in here like a bit.
That's such fact.
Why didn't you win us a quadruple in your first season as manager, Slot? Why is it only the Premier League, Slot?
No, but I didn't say it. Was your fan base saying it that they were going to win a treble this season. And I have no cause to doubt them at that point because they had world-class players in the team. They have the best team in the league, whether we like it or not. That team is more better than a Man City. It's a more superior team than Arsenal this season. You have a world-class striker, I don't. So you have to win these trophies. You have to win this domestic title. So if you're winning the Premiership and you're not winning the EFL Cup, you've been beaten by Newcastle, being bonded out by Plymouth. I mean, there's still questions, lots of questions to be answered next season. I've given you an example. We've seen teams that have won trophies and the next season they're battling relegation. We've seen that. Man United, we've seen that. We've literally seen that. So it doesn't mean that, you win the Premiership title, there's a last hurrah for that. I get that. But next season, big questions will be answered. And mind you, in as much as you are talking about these things right now, Salah might be leaving. If he's leaving, who is the guy in the world right now that's going to walk into that Liverpool team when he goes to Saudi Arabia? We're going to talk about this next season, Lex. You better start getting ready. And again, don't sit down there and think that other teams are not going to prepare themselves. Are not going to go into the summer window and actually equip themselves with gunners, with killers, with assassins. I'm not saying Arsenal is going to do all these things, but definitely I know we might be getting a striker. What happens when Man City strengthens more in the summer and comes up and say, "You know what, Liverpool, I think it's time to have a talk right now."
I can do the same thing with Salah. I can say, "Salah, why didn't you score in the PSG game? Salah, why didn't you score against Newcastle?" I can nitpick. So might as well get rid of him then. Since we have to ask so much questions of Salah, innit?
Yeah, get rid of him. I'm with that. I think so.
You get me? So for instance, look, since everyone wants to say that my squad is so wonderful and so beautiful, let us break it down. Trent can't defend. Robertson has been dog shit for at least 3 years minimum. And this guy has to play every game because you don't have another left back. Since
don't you rate Shimikas?
He's injured, but he's just a bit more competent because of they're pretty much the same thing. Okay. Almost a carbon copy, in it. He's just a bit more technical, but on the defensive side, still, you get me? Mm-hmm. Konate is rash. He has a Russia blood. Van Dijk has fallen asleep on multiple occasions when we've conceded goals. Like for instance against Newcastle, when the second goal where Isak scored, he should have been tight on Isak. Why?
Yeah, he should have been.
Because it's Isak in your box. Why you dress off him?
Yeah. Facts. Agreed.
Also, I can go through the midfield. We don't have a proper six. We have Gravenberch, but he's there for the role he plays as a ball receiver. But what happens when it's time to play a defensive role? You know what happens? The way we defend from a tactical perspective from the manager is the reason why we can defend good. It's tactics.
Lex, do you have 6 to 5 world-class players in your team? All these things you're talking about, not good, not this is bad. Do you have 5 to 6 world-class players in your team? Just answer the question.
World-class? No. I have players in my team that are world-class at certain things. So for instance, when it comes down to passing, Trent is a world-class passer. He's not a world-class right back.
Yeah.
He's not.
Do you have four? Okay. Let me make it simple. Do you have 4 world-class players in your team?
Do you know what a world-class right back is? It's Cafu.
Oh my days, bro.
I hear that.
Do you have 4 to 5 world-class players in your team?
No. Carlos,
because I have none. If we go by your standards, I have none. I don't have any world-class players.
But his defending was
gone. But he was just really good going forward. You get me?
I class him as
but
he's a world-class player, bro. Don't do this, bro. Don't do this to your own guy. He's your guy. He's a world-class player. Trent is a world-class player. He walks into several teams in the Premiership. I don't think of any team he can't walk into right now.
I'd much rather get a more creative forward line and have a solid right back who does not.
It doesn't make him not to be a world-class player. He walks straight into that Real Madrid team and he balls with the ballers.
I think
it's your perspective.
I'd love for him to go to Real Madrid because then we know what to do when we play against them. Just have someone on the back post.
But again, what we're talking about is a world-class player. So you have about 4 to 5 world-class players in your team. I mean, which Premiership team has that luxury right now? None. You have it. You have all the luxury. You have a striker who will give you 30 goals.
Well, hold up 1 second, Tony. Who do you think?
Much is expected from you.
Wait. Tony. Who are Liverpool's world-class players in your opinion?
He knows he's there. I mean, the Liverpool corner is there. He knows. He can tell us. Ask him. I mean, the Lion is there. You can ask him.
Tony,
he's there. Ask him. He knows the world-class players.
Tony,
you tell us.
Tony, I'm asking your opinion on this. Who do you think in that? I personally think they have 4. Who do you think how many world-class? Who do you think is world-class in their team?
Van Dijk is a world-class player. Alisson is a world-class player. Konate is a world-class player. Arnold is a world-class player.
What?
Salah is a world-class player. Bro, what are we talking about? Salah is a world-class player. Bro, whether we like it or not, Sasbola walks into any team in this Premier League. As we know it, he's close to a world-class player. Bro, they have world-class players split all around your team. Why is this man dancing? You ought to win the Premier League title. Why are you doing a moonwalk? You have to win it. Arsenal doesn't have a single world-class player.
Wait. Tony, do you have?
And the only person close to a world-class player is injured. Bukayo Saka. What are we dancing about?
Tony, do you have any more? Wait. 1 second, Tony. Is there any more? You said 5. Is there any more in your opinion?
No, but again, I've always been saying 5 to 6 world-class players. The remaining are close to that bar.
Wait.
Prime and flawless. We don't have no receipts.
Hold up, Tony. Why are you arguing a point that I'm not arguing against you? I just want your opinion. So again, you named.
I know. I'm just making things clear.
Is there any more? I just want to gauge your thoughts on it. Do they have any more?
No, they don't have any more. But the rest are closer to world class in terms of they walk into any team in the Premiership. I will give you perspective to that. Cody Gakpo walks into any team in the Premier League. I mean, does someone have something to say about that? Cody Gakpo doesn't walk into any team. He walked into Arsenal straight up, and Arsenal is second in the league. He walks straight into the Man City team. The complete garbage there right now. He walks straight into that team.
You know he wouldn't.
Any team in the league.
Cody Gakpo doesn't walk into the current Man City team.
No.
Any team in the league.
Oh my days, bro.
Bro, listen.
Oh my days, bro. Okay.
Does Marmoush play on the left?
Yeah, Mamouche can play on the left.
Yeah, I sell Cody Gakpo.
How many goals has Mamouche gotten? Mamouche just came to this league. I mean, he hasn't turned up the league.
And he's better than him.
4 goals in 5?
He's better. He has more goals than Martinelli, and he just got here.
Wait, doesn't Marmouche have more goals than appearances this season?
You might do. I'm going to check.
Dude, Marmouche is a baller.
Just to check. Let me just have a look.
Baller.
I just want to clarify.
Nah. I don't take Marmouche over Gakpo. No, I take Gakpo all day.
I do.
Okay.
I take Gakpo all day.
Okay.
I take Gakpo all day. In fact, bring him to my team. I need it.
I'm taking Marmouche all day.
Let me just
Salah in the same team.
Let me do the numbers just to clarify. Marmouche has half the goals Gakpo has. Bear in mind, Gakpo's played 26 Premier League games. Marmouche has played 7. So just to clarify, he has 4 in 7. One has 8 in 26. So if we're talking numbers, we know who's who. Come on, man. Let's not do this.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, but again, you have to put it into perspective. The machine driving Manchester City. How many creators they have in that team? How many goal chances they have?
They're
put all these things into perspective.
Nobody's scared of Manchester City anymore.
Tony, you're a gross man, blood. You keep on moving the goalposts.
Everybody is laughing at Vader today, and we love it. Like, I think we can all agree that nobody is scared of Manchester City. Even Man United isn't scared of Manchester City.
Their attack is terrible. Take out Haaland and take out Marmouche. Their attack is terrible.
Done.
No, man. Savio, all right.
Oh, no, guys, look.
Savio was bad until about February. And then he decided to come alive.
You can't be going all 13, 14, 15 games with no goals, no assists. You got to pop stuff.
Yeah. Big up Garnacho and Hoyland.
Yeah, exactly. You're out there looking like them.
Oh my God! And this man scores 1 goal and start get crazy media coverage.
Yeah, man.
Brother sued against Portugal. You don't need that. You don't even understand.
I wish I was white.
Ronaldo retired. You know what I'm saying? The man superpowers, bro.
Ronaldo retired.
Exactly, Bayern. We have 0 world-class players. We have 0 world-class players. And we have a bozo manager. That's a recipe for disaster. We win nothing. A useless manager, no world-class players. And again, the guys that have world-class players are denying their world-class players. I mean, what is this? What is this?
No.
The guys that own world-class players are saying no. Lex is saying no, I don't have world-class players. No. I mean, come on, it doesn't make sense. Just own it. You have world-class players. You have the divine right to win this league. Let's just leave it at that. The second side is 12 points behind you with no striker.
We didn't have a divine manager. Right. We didn't have a divine right. We just won it because we're just better at this current point in time. But
bro, when you have Mohamed Salah churning out 30 goals for you in a single season in the Premier League, bro. I mean, just end it. Let's don't. I mean, Salah ends everything. Come on, bro. Come on. We don't have anything like that.
I remember vividly the first.
We don't have anything like that.
An argument between who's better, Saka or Mo Salah, and you said Saka.
Bro, you guys leave that shit alone, bro. You guys leave that shit alone, bro.
Because I want to address this. I want to address
flawless.
I've been told about world class and everything, and I want to just bring this up. You know, for the last 3 years, you man have been competing against the weakest version of every single team in the league, and you've won nothing. You face the weakest Manchester City. This is the weakest version.
This season, not the previous 2 seasons. This season, I agree.
No, trust me. The version of City that you played the last 2 seasons ain't nothing compared to what we faced.
Team is horrible. Let's not act like you didn't bottle.
Yeah, I mean they're not the Centurions, but they still won the Champions League.
bro.
Like, what are we talking about? We're really gonna
DJ,
do
the
this.
point is that team was better. That's what we're saying.
You've played the weakest version of Manchester City, the weakest version of Liverpool, and you've not capitalized on it at all. Am I wrong? 93% of the time on the top of the league, and you didn't win it. Am I wrong? You played a
you're not wrong. Here's the thing. You're not wrong. But when we bottled the title 2 years ago, we lost to Manchester City twice.
DJ, I won the league.
So it's hard for me to say. Oh yeah, that was the hardest.
The Salah Firmino Mane wasn't losing to them boys, isn't it? Not
I'm
this
just saying
team.
it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, we've lost against the weakest Manchester City side, or we bottled the league when we had the weakest league. This season, yes, I can say yes, that is 100% true. But the 2 seasons before that, no, that's not true.
All right, let's rephrase it. Let's rephrase it, Tony.
Okay, let's rephrase it.
You should have had a better squad. Not Tony, TJ. I mean, you kind of look like a Tony too, innit?
Lasting cousin.
Like a white Tony, innit? Right? No.
Keep going.
Right now, this guy's name is Theodore.
All the time.
No wonder you call yourself TJ. Theodore.
Bro,
I don't know about his name. I just have it.
People putting my government out there. Government out there is crazy.
Wait, it's actually Theodore.
It is actually.
I know that's a guess. I don't know you. I've never heard
that was you actually nailed it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, my uncle name is TJ, but that's his actual name, Theodore. So I'm like, anybody I know as TJ, first name is always Theodore. That's the first name I think. Sorry if I put your government out there.
That's crazy.
But what I'm saying is this. What you like, for example, the City team, I hate Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But that team that we had, I wish we played that Manchester City team Newman faced when we were top of the league with 11 points and a game in hand. I wish we played that Manchester City that Newman had. Because I knew they would have never have caught us. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a horrible manager. The thing that I've seen Newman done and what pisses me off the most is like I'm saying you are playing a declining Manchester City.
You struggle to beat the Real Sociedad and now you want to go, oh my God, bro.
You struggle to beat the worst Bayern Munich team in 15 years.
Don't do this, brother.
Stop it. I watch the entire team get pocketed by Eric Dyer.
I mean, you got wins against Arsenal. Just take it. Accept it. Just take it. We did a birthday gift to you guys. Just take it, man. I mean, you guys are fighting relegation. Don't get ahead of the schedule. Go and walk on your stadium. Clear the rodents off the stadium. Repair the jacuzzi. Get rid of this horrible haram strikers you have in your team. Build a backbone. I mean, get your defense on it out. I mean, and then you can now start talking, in the big leagues. But I mean,
you can't talk shit to them. They beat you. They knocked you out of the FA Cup. Why are you talking shit to them?
And one war. I mean, you guys keep talking about beating, and no one is winning trophies. So what are you talking about? You beat me, I beat you, and you didn't win any trophy. You got bundled out of the same FA Cup that you disgraced me out of. You've not won any trophies. In fact, the news is rife that you would have been broke of cash by December. So, bro, I mean, think about all these things. I mean, go through the building blocks. There's a process. Go through a project. Go through a project. Sack Amorim, bring in another manager. Bro, you still have to do something before you start talking about playing in the big leagues.
It's like a man girl talking shit to him. Like, what we're going? Oh,
man, talking about trophies. Let's
do this trophy.
Flawless, you're such a criminal. Get that out.
Come on,
criminal.
Talking about trophies.
Oh my days.
Criminal behavior.
Just
Nah.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Don't get it.
Don't talk trophies, please.
Jose Mourinho, the Manchester City that you man lost the league to on the last day. Jose Mourinho, when he was here, wished he faced that one instead of the Centurions. Be real. Which Manchester City would you guys prefer to play? Centurions or the one that you lost the league to by 1 point? Which version of Manchester City would you prefer to play? You guys are playing the most pathetic versions of these guys.
You should have been here when Sané was skinning Trent.
Well, to be fair, we did beat the Centurions team.
I'm not trying to say you guys didn't do anything against them. I'm just trying to say on the level of fear factor.
Fear factor, absolutely. Well, you have like how many of those players were world class in that 11? Like 6 or 7? Like it was ridiculous.
In the Centurions team?
Yes.
In the Centurions team?
Yes.
What was that? Ederson, Yaya Toure, Kyle Walker, Company. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. I'll never put Sterling in that argument. I'm not putting him in.
No, don't do that. Sané, like prime Sané, he was really good that season too.
Don't forget these mans at one point convinced the
No. Don't disrespect Sterling because of what as in the crimes is committed at Arsenal Football Club. He was a baller in Man City. He was legit. I mean, legit. Give him his props.
He was second.
Give him his props. Give him his props. He scored goals. He helped the team.
Answer me this: if you had Sterling at Arsenal, let's say this, Sterling at Arsenal, and you played against Spurs to go to a Champions League final, and Sterling missed a tap-in, and Spurs knocked you out the Champions League, would you still consider? What would you call Sterling?
Bro, don't you understand? Sterling is a washed-up player. No, wait. You have to understand the basics. He's a washed-up player. Players get washed up. What are we talking about?
It's the same.
No, he's a washed-up player. Yeah, and that's the problem. You cannot pitch the Sterling we have now. The one we have now is a ghost.
You don't have a KDB.
The one we have right now is dead and buried. We dug up the bones, excavated bones from Chelsea. That's what we got. But I would not be here and we put a tap on what he has achieved as a young guy. I mean, several of us here are black people. I would not stand down here and rip away what he has done in the other teams he has played for. I mean, this is what we always see, and it's our kind that is actually ripping off the trophies he has won from Manchester City and giving him that bad name. Yeah, Arsenal, I understand that. I understand he's a washed-up player. That's it. People get washed up. Sooner or later, we'll get old. We can't play again. We can't do this stuff again. We have to face our lives and do other things. It happens. It's life circle. But you can't disrespect what he did in that Manchester team, winning trophies for them. How many people can say they've won Premier League titles? He's got a century of goals. I mean, say anything about him now, and I get that, but don't take away what he did from Man City.
I've medals too, innit?
What was it? He cost them against Spurs. He cost them against Lyon. He cost them against Monaco. He cost them against us. He cost them against you. Do you remember that FA Cup where you knocked them out and Sterling should have scored too?
That's what I said. He's a washed-up player.
No, when it was
Did you just see him play the reverse Uno?
I'm not talking about
the reverse Uno on you.
Even in Chelsea, he's a washed-up player. Even in Chelsea, he was a washed-up player.
I'm saying at City. I'm talking about City during their reign. Sterling's been costing them. Even at their strongest, Sterling has been costing Manchester City. I'm telling you right now.
There's a reason they let him go. Just saying.
Flawless, do you have the numbers? Do you have the numbers of Sterling in the season he won it last before he left?
The thing is, I agree with you, Tony, as well on Sterling.
He had good numbers.
Sterling had exceptional numbers. At one point, he was like third. I think he was only behind Messi. There was a season he was behind Messi and Ronaldo in goal involvements. Like, let's not disrespect Sterling and what he did.
There was a season that Bruno was going bar to bar with Messi. Let's not do that. Let's not.
No. Come on, man. We can't. We can't downplay that. Man was third on the list.
Man was balling, man.
Like if
He
everyone
bored
could
in
do
Man
what
City.
if everyone could do what Sterling did, they would have done it, and everyone could.
Yeah, 13 goals, 5 assists in 30 games.
Yeah,
Sterling,
because
that's
even at
that's game
Liverpool,
for
he put up
Manchester
numbers
City.
as well. I'm not saying he was the best footballer in the world, but in terms of output and impact, he was cold. He was very good at Liverpool, and he got even better at Manchester City. Yes, City did sell him at the right time, but let's not act like everyone. Because if everyone could do what he did, everyone would have done it at City. Everyone would have put up his numbers at that time. Not everyone could. There's a reason for that.
Was it 33 games, 20 goals? That's in the 1920 season. The season after that,
Bro,
the season
that's
before
good
that,
number.
18, 19.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
here. So he
17 and
scored.
10. 17 and 10 in the league. I'm just going league. I'm not saying overall.
Yeah, so even league, if we just go in here, so obviously he went there 15, 16, 17,
Yeah.
18. So he got 18 and 33, 17 and 34, 20 and 33, 10 and 31, 13
Bro,
in
those
30.
are amazing numbers. What are we doing
Very
here?
good.
In the
Very
Premier
good.
League, in the best league in the world. I mean, those are good numbers.
Develop.
They very, very good numbers. I agree with you.
Those are
Tony.
good
They're
numbers.
Very good numbers. Bear in mind, he wasn't a striker. They're very good numbers.
No.
What are we doing out here?
Nope. He
From the
does
wing.
flawless, and I'm not denying him his numbers, but what I'm trying to say is this. You can have the numbers all you want. If you are somebody that we can say we rely on you for goals, and in the do or die moments you're letting us die, that's a different argument. For example, how with everybody right now, how you see them poking fun at Salah for not doing anything in a final. I am sorry. If I was supposed to sit down and watch and as I said before, I don't think Troops would have a channel if Arsenal fans will have to sit down, and I'm going to put it into perspective right now. I'm not, Tony, this is not washed Sterling. I'm talking about lethal Sterling. All right? Not washed Sterling. I'm talking lethal Sterling right now. If you were to watch Bukayo Saka play against Spurs in the Champions League, someone you know can score goals, and he gets a one-on-one versus the keeper to knock Spurs out the Champions League, and he misses. Not once, but twice. Let's not hide that. He missed two.
But let's understand what he is,
against
Kineki.
Spurs.
He's not Batman. He is Robin. We know that. He's a Robin. So let's judge him as such.
Again, he's a washed up rhymester.
He's not a washed. You just need a Batman, and you got Robin.
Yeah, and he's a wash Robin.
Man, we got back here.
Fam, it's just the fact that when Sterling, I've seen Sterling so much time with Manchester City do things. And the only reason why no one goes at him flawless is because, as I said before, winning covers up a lot of things. I am sorry, but if you are missing a tap-in against Tottenham Hotspur in a Champions League semi-final,
hey, don't talk too bad about Tottenham Hotspur. Flawless is a fan. Don't talk too bad.
Hey, why you say
he's a big fan of the sport.
What are you not? Oh, I'm sorry.
You're struggling against. What's his name? What's that guy they have at the left back? Was it Davis?
Yeah, Ben Davis.
You need two tap-ins against that, and you get knocked. Fam, you're not supposed to get knocked out by nothing with Spurs in it. Supposed to be knocking out any elite team out of any tournament, bro. Nothing with Spurs in it. Supposed to be knocking out any team that win trophies. I am sorry. Watching
at the end of the day, he won trophies at Man City. He's a very decorated player. I mean, he's in a century. He's in that league of a century of goals. I think he has 100+ goals in the league. That's an esteemed and elite set to be in. I mean, there's nothing you can say about that. But
judging him as.
I mean, but if you're talking of the form now, yeah, of course, you can have a pop, but you can't have a pop at what he has done in Man City. He's won league titles. Bajin Red TV, come on, man, don't do this. I mean, Bajin in the chat, come on, man, don't do this, bro. I know the fingering and everything. Yeah, I know it's easy to do all these things, but I mean, don't just sit down there and make this, some kind of thoughts for entertainment purposes. I mean, you just said Tony, United has won more trophies than Arsenal in the last 10 years. Yeah, I mean, again, this is exactly what I've been telling Lex. It's exactly what I've been telling Lex. It's simple, it's easy. Why would you win all these trophies, Why would you win these back-to-back trophies only to just come and start competing, I mean, with the scrubs in the league? I'll prefer. Well, I don't know. I want because I'm starving for trophies. I want to win trophies, but I don't want to be in United's position right now, scrapping with the scrubs of the league in 14th position, bro. I don't want to be playing in the Europa League. I don't even want to go to the conference. So let's stop that, bro. Yeah, they won back to back. Yeah, then where are they now? Where are they now? They're on the verge of becoming broke. The jacuzzis are leaking, bro. The roofs are still leaking, bro. Rodents, bro. They've closed down the kitchen. People can't feed. So relax. Go back to your football club. Allow them prepare. Let them prepare for next season. Let them bring in players.
Don't do this. At my stadium has seen more trophies than every single player in your starting 11. Don't do that.
But it doesn't take away the fact that there are rodents in your stadium. I get that. You can win those, no problem. But there's rodents in your stadium. The roofs are leaking. The jacuzzis are old. You would have been broke of cash by December.
Because
you were saved by your chairman, Ratcliffe.
Maguire,
as we know it, by next season you wouldn't even be a football club. So say what you want, but I don't want to be in your state scrapping with the bombs of the league for a league position, and you don't know if you're gonna get into Europe next season. You could be in deeper problem next season, brother. You might not even exist,
bro.
No problem, man. Bro, I'm just saying that all this kind of trophies, they have a way of peeping over the cracks.
Flawless, we fixed that. We fixed that. Don't worry, we fixed
just letting you lot know in it. That's not just us.
Fixed that. We fixed that.
Okay.
Let's not.
Just letting you lot know.
We got some duct tape. We went up there. It was fine.
Just letting you lot know. Just letting you lot know. But hey, Tony, you know you got a dip. Shout out your channel. What you got coming up over the internet?
Yeah, I got a dip, man.
Every time.
See, people, you guys asked for it, you got it, and you know what, there's no killing of anyone. Guys, let me, just before I go, let me just put you guys into a perspective of what I've done, because, I've been with TJ on my own channel, I've been with Don C, I've seen the best, I've been with Big Steve on my channel, he's come to chop it up with me, we've actually traded punches. The one that even is one of the highest to date is Daps. He's been on my channel. We've had a couple of boxing matches. Bro, I've been there with the best of the best. Flawless, I've been on my channel. That was one of the biggest boxing matches I've ever had. Trade punches. Yeah, he cooked me here and there, no problem. But, I see threw some shots at him. He threw some shots at me. But there's no problem. I've been there with the best of them. I keep working with Don C. I work with TJ. So Lex is just one of those, one of those champions that I just have to, slug it out with in the ring. And it's not a problem. You can see me, Don C, TJ, we're here doing our thing. No one is phased. No one is killed. No one is cooked. We just do our thing and we laugh it over, So big up to everyone who came down here. Kaneki, Lex, big up to you. Respect. Yeah, you've won the league. I apologize for nothing because I feel you could have won more, but still, big respect for winning the league in a couple of weeks. Bro. No problem.
So shameless.
TJ, big up to you. Don C, always fun being with you, my brother, man. And see ya, guys. Subscribe to my channel, Tony Clark Gunner TV, and let's just reason. Let's just reason together. Flawless, thanks for the opportunity as always. And guys, smash up the likes, keep supporting this channel. This season, even if Arsenal isn't winning anything, we still keep the push. We're still in the Champions League. People, I'm not saying that the stars are aligning. I'm dropping that. But the stars not align after the first leg. After that first leg, I still see that there are holes. There are holes to plug. There are holes to plug in this Real Madrid team. we have a fighting chance. They're not invincibles this season. Yeah, they're the better team. Yeah, they could win us, no problem. But we can actually go there and fight. If PSG could lose at home in Paris and go down to Anfield, go down to Anfield and smash up Liverpool, and Liverpool is with 5 to 6 world-class players, and PSG just have only 2. Bro, why can't this be a typical story of David and Goliath and Arsenal slinging that stone, that slingshot? I mean, I know you guys don't, read the Bible and all that good stuff, but I mean, bro, I'm a Christian, so I do understand that miracles do happen. So I'm living on a prayer out here. So let's see what happens. Jeremy and Tony Clark on the TV, and let's make some sense. Big ups, people.
It's the Serenity one, but we moved. But hey, make sure you subscribe to Tony's channel. Links in the title. Make sure you subscribe to TJ's channel. Links in the title for both of them. So click the links, opens up new tabs. Tony Clark on the TV, TJ Warren TV. That is TJ Warren TV, Tony Clark on the TV. Big up to everyone in the chat. I know you lot have been vastly entertained by this crossover. I've been vastly entertained being here with this crossover as well. Let me just get to a couple of the super chats as well. I did say at the start it was going to be tough to get to super chats because it was going to be crazy. I know the members and things like that. But big up to Sheik, who said this show was more anticipated than seeing a heel turn. Big up Sheik. Make sure you subscribe to Sheik TV. Big up to Top Man as well for both super chats. And he said, look, that Tony stand up. Big up Sai, been a member of the channel for 12 months as well. And this was a question for Tony, but he's gone. But we'll catch up with Tony again. Big up African Cat as well. Good to see you in the chat. Says, since Tony and TJ like to talk about what Liverpool will do next season, let's ask them if they're winning the league next season. TJ, you think Arsenal are winning the league next season?
Man, African Cat just getting all in his feelings. It's banter, my man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll be in my chat. I'll give you all of the previews in August. After I figure out what we're going to do in the transfer window. I'm not making any predictions right now.
There you go.
Big up, though.
Why is it only Liverpool to win the quad? Just because we actually compete for them, unlike some managers. Big up African Cat for the second super chat. Big up to Daniel, gifted. I was kind enough to gift our membership. Big up. This Crook Victor, but he's been a member of the channel for 25 months. Says more chaos, please. And also as well, shout out, man like Beijing Reds TV, Barnes in the Cup, big up Pops as well. Second crossovers tomorrow. We got the Manchester City Beijing show tomorrow. So Veta will be there with Pops and Barnes as well. Tony, you answer for your crimes and Saka better than Salah hit that likes people. Oh yeah, we seen when Lex got in with that one. That was funny still. I can't lie. That was a good one. that was a good one. It really was. But big up. I love to everyone that's locked in. You lot are absolute real ones as always. Continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. Live on the playback. We'll probably run pro clubs. If we don't run clubs, there'll be an NBA game or something. So make sure you go follow the playback as well. But TJ, let them know what you got coming up over the international break once the season starts back.
Dude, I might run a watch along tomorrow for the US versus Canada.
Oh, the US playing Canada?
Yeah, and I'm gonna regret it because you were there to watch Potch Ball against Panama, and for us to get owned, by an island nation with a single digit percentage of our population, and we just got owned. So that's what you get with Potch Ball. I'm already Potch out, everybody knows, but I might be running a watch along for that, and then American Waffle on no, do not do that. Do not say that ever. 1 a.m. UK, we're going to be running American Waffle on Tuesday. So come through. Appreciate you having me, Flawless, as usual. Big up Lex. Big up Kaneki. Big up Don C. Every single time. We disagree. There's banter, but I respect you a lot. Don't ever get it twisted.
Make sure you subscribe to TJ so you'll see if he does the Canada USA game. You'll see also the American Waffle, obviously, he'll do as well. So just keep a lookout again. Both links are in the title. Don, what are you telling me, man? Anything you want to add before we close out?
Man, to be honest, these man, they covered everything. TJ, you know, my brother, big up, yeah. Kaneki Lex, you man are something else, yeah, but it's hella entertaining. I love it. Like, and when you man said you ain't giving Tony no breathing space, yeah. What I'm saying, you really didn't, but the way you, man, especially Lex here, the way you handled him right there was gentleman-like. You get what I'm saying? I got a shout out for that. And congratulations for winning the league. I would like to officially say to you, congratulations for winning the league. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even shameless like Tony. You get me? Because I'd rather be in your position, than be in my position, gonna play Real Madrid. This is what I'm saying. So I still got banter to hold. You get me? And you might have won it already. So you know what? Blessings. You get what I'm saying? Respectable blessings.
Big up.
Yes, yo, Lex, fam. Anything you want to add, man?
Huh?
Good. We say Quebec.
No, nope.
Well, I
Good.
never got you demonetized, so I did my best.
No, surprisingly, that is the biggest shock, actually. You know what I'm saying? Is that I didn't get the yellow symbol saying demonetized. I thought that was going to happen in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the show.
Because of what happened. Yeah, because of what happened the last time when I'm like, you know what? Let's actually, from Lex said, let's try and talk football. I'm like, you know what? Let's just not go there. Because I have a book right here in front of me with points I was going to rip through, but because of how Lex was like, you know what? Let's just not do this. I'm like, you know what? Let me just behave today and just wait for when the season ends. Because I'm saying it now. I want Man United to win the Europa League. I believe we can. Everybody, you can click that. I said we can win the Europa League.
Man,
if
that's brutal.
I win the Europa League.
We don't have another 2 hours to talk about this.
It won't be 2 hours. It's going to be 7.
I don't follow your sentiment, but I do indeed hope you are right. I personally can't see it, but I hope you're right.
And the fact that I'm saying is to actually show you something. The fact that I'm the
crazy.
one.
It's very separate from you. Yes, 110%. But you're not the only one because we've done this type of scumbaggery before. So, but I just can't see this one. I think this scam is a scam too many, a scam too big. This is worldwide scale sentence. I don't think we can. This is worldwide. This is worldwide scale. We've done big scams before, but this is every continent on the globe type. Like we're trying to scam. Like
this is the type of scam that will get the CIA and the FBI involved, bro. Yeah, that's the type of scam we're trying to do right now.
Like if you get caught, you get in the chair for these type of scams.
You're not even getting the chair. They're not even going to tell anybody they found you. You're just going to still be at large.
It's just straight the chair. It is absolutely. Yeah, I remember Sheik. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you two ain't the only ones. There is this optimism surrounding it. Like I say, I hope you're all right. A big up to my guy SG as well. Congrats Liverpool for winning it 20 times. Big up to him for being a member of the channel for 3 months. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. We are going to redirect to Steve because Steve's live. He's doing, and I think what game is he doing? I think it's an MLS game. Let me double check that. But make sure you put Sarcasm CTP raid.
Might be Sporting versus LAFC.
It's Nashville versus Montreal. That's what he's
Nashville
doing.
versus Montreal. Oh yeah, he's a Montreal fan. Never mind.
Oh, is it? All right. So make sure. Let's hope Nashville win them people. So yeah, go put Sarcasm City TV raid in Steve's chat in capital letters. People run up the likes over there. Hit the subscribe button. Obviously, don't forget as well. This show, all the other shows on the channel available on audio only platforms, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. I've not updated for next week yet. I'm still debating what I'm doing in regards to next week. But of course, crossover show tomorrow, another crossover show, SCCU, Sarcasm City Cinematic Universe. So it'll be the Manchester City Bayesian show. So Veta will be there, Barnes and Pops will be there. So you already know it'll be good. So yeah, love, big up to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Arsenal Yardman crossover podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.